This isn't a tier list. This isn't anything super special. But what this is, it's going to tell you what the 4 new units are and how the 4 new units work. Because everyone has been asking, Toad, voice crack, Toad, which new unit should I go for? I'm going to explain to the best of my ability which new unit you should go for. So make sure you guys hit that like button. You subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Turn notifications on. And let's go ahead and get into the intro now. It's time for Who Wrote That Comment? It's Akuto-sai. Well, thank you. Okay, so for starters, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, my units are most likely better than yours. Now, I don't mean that in any bad way whatsoever. I just mean that the stats are going to be a little bit higher than the stats for your current units are, okay? That's because A, they're close to level 100, and B, I have amazing passives that I was very lucky to get on them. So before I do anything, you guys make sure you guys use code FAIRY over here, just like that. I already did that. It gave me 250 gems. And then make sure every hour you guys are checking Mira Jane's missions here. Reach Wave 25 in Infinite Load, clear Hidden Sand Act 4, clear Hollow World Act 3. I'm going to go ahead and claim these 3 just to have them in my inventory. It doesn't matter if I'm not going to do them. Just claiming them and having them is great. First off, I want to go ahead and start by saying thank you guys for watching my last videos. I really do appreciate that. And watching the entire video really helps it out. I think like you guys almost watched 4 minutes of the entire 11-minute video, which is amazing, which is awesome. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. But let's go ahead and start with our units that we have here. So as you guys can see, I have 1, 2, 3, and then I have the 4th unit, which is Gildarts, not Gilgamesh. I kept calling him Gilgamesh in the last video. Let's go ahead and start with Natsu. This is my current Natsu at level 100 evolved at base start. 1,572 damage, 77.2 SPA, and 15.8 range. Now this unit has Reaper. Natsu is an amazing unit. If you guys are talking about fire damage units, you have Natsu. And then you guys have, let's see, where is he? You guys have Rengoku, which his damage, honestly, is really bad compared to Natsu's. And then you also have Akainu, whose damage is good, but his like SPA is low. And I think those are just basically going to be your main 3 burn units that you have. So in terms of those 3, if you're going to choose a unit to go for Natsu. And if you are doing the last story mode, the Magic Town mode, you are gonna need a burning unit. So if you don't have a burning unit, or if you only have like Akainu, I suggest you summon for Natsu. I'm gonna put right now on the screen what Natsu's damage is at level 100, fully maxed out. Natsu is insane, not only because he does a good amount of damage, as you guys can see. I think, let me pull it up right here so I can just have it to look at it. So he's not only insane because he does a lot of damage, he's insane because he also has that burn damage. As you guys can see, he does 32,000 damage, 237 every 5.8 seconds with 26.3 range. You know what, I can just do it like this. Here, let me just, yeah, alright. So you guys see all that stat right there. If I do the quick math right here, it's gonna be 60 divided by 5.8 times 32,237 times 4 units you can place. He does almost 1.35 million damage. It's 1.33 million damage, which is a lot of damage, okay? So that's a ton of damage. But then you also got to add on the fact that each unit will hit for about 12,000 burn damage twice. So it's a total of 24,000 damage. Times 4 for another 100,000 damage. So Natsu does 1.45 million damage. It's a lot of damage. So if you don't have a good burn unit, you want Natsu. Next unit that I want to talk about is going to be Gray. He was the second unit that we saw in the banner. My Gray is, again, really good because it has Divine. Guys, I know I've been getting extremely lucky this update, which I'm very happy to see that. It's like, wow, I'm getting extremely lucky. Anyways, Divine Gray right here. I did spend a lot of money though, so please like the video. I really kind of just do this to showcase you guys. Obviously, I want to get strong and like have really good units, but I did spend a lot of money for this update. 2679 base damage, 10.5 SPA, 23.2. Off rip, Gray does 1,000 more damage than Natsu before upgrading, and they cost the exact same. He also has a Divine passive, so he's really good. Now, let me go ahead and put on the screen right now Gray's current damage when he is fully maxed out at level 98 with Divine. So he does 49,121 damage every 10.5 seconds with 45 range. Now, what makes Gray really special is two things. If you look at the unit right here, it says he's a ground unit. But, chicken butt. When you evolve Gray, he actually hits air units. Yes, you hear that right. So he's a hybrid unit. I think that's just a visual effect that they didn't change. So Gray's a hybrid air hitter unit as well. Is he better than Neron? They're very close. My Gray is technically better because I have Divine on him versus the Reaper that I have on Neron. But the thing that's going to make him better than Neron, other than the fact that they're both hybrid, is the fact that Gray actually freezes / stuns the enemy. So if you're looking for a good hybrid freeze stun air unit, Gray is the unit that you guys are going to want to summon for. So you have Natsu for Learn and Gray for hybrid freeze stun, lots of damage, but it's only a 10-second SPA, so you know there's quite a bit of a cooldown when it comes to that. The third unit that I want to showcase here for you guys is Lucy. So Lucy is the secret unit that you guys can get, but it's like a mythical unit. And the way to get her, if you guys did not see already, I made a video on how to get Lucy and how to evolve her. You get her keys and then you guys can evolve her. But this is Lucy's base stats. Now before you guys say anything, yes, Lucy has unique on her. That is the best passive that you guys can get on any unit. So my Lucy's a little bit different than yours. Well, she's going to be 4 times stronger than your Lucy. So this damage right here that she has, 10,415, is going to be divided by 4. And that's actually 2,600. So that's her stats right now. And honestly, Lucy's really good. I'm kind of conflicted on Lucy though, because I spent so much time working on getting her evolved that if I didn't have unique on Lucy, I don't think I would be using Lucy. Okay, she summons her 3 units, which are great, and here's her let me go ahead and put it on the screen here. This is her like fully leveled at level 98 with unique, fully maxed out, 244,000 damage with 8.4 cooldown, ignore that cooldown thing, 11 range, ignore that, and then 69,000 health, okay? So, the way Lucy works is her minions have to come all the way from spawn, and they're really slow. So I hope that in the future they buff this, because they're really, really slow. But those units each have their own different unique abilities. I really like Aquarius the most, I think. Leo has a high amount of like burst damage. Aquarius just does a ton of damage. And then Taurus has the shield around and then the Grand Slag. The ground spike. I don't even know what I said there. Anyways, Lucy does hit air units. Lucy does hit ground units. And Lucy is a summoner. Now, like I said, it really... If I didn't have unique on Lucy, her damage right there, her 244,000 damage would be at 61,000 damage. So each of her units would be hitting for 60k, but they only have like 20,000 health on the regular version. So they're gonna die later on infinite runs. So really, Lucy's only doing damage once the units are finally at the front hitting the minions, which makes her kind of, I don't know. Without unique, it makes her a lot of work for like almost a lot of nothing. I'm hoping that in the future, like I said, they can keep spawning like every 8 seconds, like it says her cooldown is like 8 seconds, instead of until the units die. That would make her really good, and that would make it worth going for her. Now, last but not least, we have Gildarts, which I called Gilgamesh last update. I don't have a full like stats on him just yet. He's only level 83 currently for me, and I do have Godspeed on him. I think other than Divine, Godspeed is the passive that you guys are gonna want to get on Gildarts, okay? Gildarts is a shield breaker. What does that mean? It means if you're doing a map and the unit has 20 shields, once you evolve Gildarts, this is after you guys have evolved him, so he becomes Crush Ace, he actually gets rid of all their shields completely. So even if you only hit them once, all 20 shields will be gone. So that is huge to bring on infinite runs, especially for enemies that have a ton of shield. Now, like I said, I don't actually have him his full stats right here. So I'm gonna go do one of the Hollow World quests, because I did have that like quest that's gonna give me rewards as well from Mira Jane. But that's what I'm gonna do real quick. I'll be right back once I do get him fully maxed out and we can see what he's kinda gonna look like, because he's only level 83. So unfortunately I wasn't able to get him to level 100. I was focusing on my other units. So now that I can focus on him, I'll be able to see sooner or later just how strong he can get. So just to kind of show you guys, look at this. Gray actually hits the flying like units right there. So he does a good amount of damage to them. The only thing that makes him kind of is his SPA, which is 10 seconds. So there we go. The units are dead. The thing that makes him not Hybrid is because you can't place him up here. I guess that's really the only thing that makes him a non-Hybrid. Anyways, here we have Gildarts. His range is really bad. But as you guys will see in just a moment here, he is going to break shields. Watch, they have 2 shields. Boom. Both the shields were gone from just one attack from Gildarts, which is absolutely insanely awesome to see a unit that can do that. So you're going to need a unit like him if you're going to run infinite runs. Have someone put him up front and just break all the shields as soon as the units come in. That's really going to help you guys out. Also, what makes him really, really good is the fact that he comes full on AoE when he's like completely maxed out. He's pretty insane and he has a lot of damage. So a lot of people are hating on him. I think he's an amazing unit. I just have like quote unquote better units as is. So watch this, ready? Well, I think they're going to go down to 1 shield, so it's not going to prove a point. Anyways, look, 6,000, 7,000. These are his upgrades. He's already up to 19,000 damage on his next upgrade, and he still has like 3 more to go. So give me just a moment. I'll be back as soon as I can finally get his maxed out stats. And remember, he's only level 83, so this isn't even him near level 100 yet. Okay, so there we have Gildarts. I keep calling him Gilgamesh. Gildarts fully maxed out at his max upgrade there. He does 37,000 damage, guys, with a 7.5 SPA. That is insane, okay? It's just a huge amount of damage. Obviously, with any unit, of course, except for units that you can summon like 5 of them or 4 of them, even like him, for example, having Unique would be absolutely amazing. Like, Unique on Coyote was the best thing that could have happened for Coyote. Unique on Lucy is the best thing that can happen for any single unit character. But, yeah, that's Gildarts right there. He's a huge damage hitter, shield breaker with huge AoE. So he's going to attack everyone that's near him. Now, you're probably asking, Toad, I can only summon 1 unit. Which unit would I have summoned for? Personally, I think the one unit that I would go all out for, if I had 16,000 gems saved up for, would be the one that's most useful for everything. And when it comes to late game progression, things get kind of difficult if you don't have air units. So, if you guys could have guessed by now, the one unit that I would go for is Gray. Gray is the unit that I would go for. His damage is insane. At level 100, he'll be doing 50,000 damage with Divine, guys. That's pretty insane. And the fact that he can stun. Like, look, the air gun's frozen right now. That's how good the freeze is. It freezes bosses, it freezes air units, and it hits air units as well. So, ultimately, if I can choose one unit to summon for, it is Gray. One unit that you also need to have, though, is Natsu. So, those are like my top 2 must summon for units. If you're good enough at the game where you can start focusing on shields with just a shield breaker yourself, then I would summon for Gildarts right here. And then Lucy, if you have her, what's it called? Her shiny version. I would summon 100% for her shiny version. Yes, don't get me wrong that I would summon 100% for her shiny version. But Lucy is just a lot of work for the current time being, and unfortunately it's just not something that I would focus on immediately. Now, if you have a lot of time and you want to start focusing on Lucy, and Lucy's your favorite character in the game to summon for, go ahead and summon for her. But like I said, ultimately, the top 2 units that I would summon for this update would be Gray and Natsu. And then, you know, Gildarts is right up there as well. But I hope this helps you guys understand how the units work, which unit you should go for. And that's it. I'll see you later. Visas. Bye!